Hello, 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 my lovely, lovely friends. Thank you for joining me here on A Journey in Light. My name is Joy. Hello. Okay, so today we are kind of just doing an open, what do you need to know? I'm considering it's a full moon edition because when I'm recording this, it's on the full moon. But this is still a timeless reading, so whenever you find this, feel free to watch. Just know that my intention was to kind of have the energy of the full moon coming into this reading. So I have 3 piles for you today. All the crystals on top are all selenite. I picked selenite because selenite is named after Selene, which is the Greek goddess of the moon, and I found it a little fitting. So I have 3 piles for you today. I have pile 1, which is the selenite with this etched mandala in it. Pile 2 is the selenite wand. And pile 3 is the selenite heart. So, selenite's amazing for clearing energy, keeping other stones around it clean and clear and things like that. I truly love selenite. So if you don't have it in your collection, get it. It's fairly inexpensive as well. It can keep your crystals charged as well. So I have a bunch of plates around that I have other crystals sitting on it. Don't get it wet though. Okay, so again, we have 3 piles. So take a deep breath. Take a moment, go with whichever pile you're drawn to the most. The timestamps will be in the description box below. Sometimes if you have a hard time choosing, people choose by the timestamps. Also, if you're feeling drawn to more than one, feel free to watch more than one. You could have a message that you needed to hear in another pile. It's a great, great time to tap into your own intuition and to know what part of the message is right for you. So again, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and I will see you at your pile. Thanks, guys. Hello, my lovely friends. For pile 1, you guys picked this beautiful selenite palm stone with an etched mandala. I believe I got this from zenandmeow.com. No affiliation, I just bought it myself. All right, so we are going over what do you need to know. I'm mainly using oracle cards here, so this is just a general, like, what do you need to keep in mind and know about, any situations or just life in general. All right, so we're going to start with the Moonology cards. So you guys, I picked 2. You guys have a time to give rather than take, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. We have a new moon in Virgo, full moon in Capricorn, which at the time that I'm recording this is actually, we're in a full moon of Capricorn. Both of these energies of this card are earth signs, so very grounding energy. So with this, okay, like they're giving me a quote. Sometimes it's better to be kind than right. Take that as you will, but it's kind of like a time of giving rather than taking, or you may have to step up and be there a little more from somebody than you're getting back. And I know that's not always easy, and especially with a lot of the messages going around, don't put, keep your balance, energy balanced and stuff like that. And I'm a firm believer in that. But there's a situation that you guys in this pile, and you guys will each know what that looks for you, that is just telling you that it's okay to give rather than take a little more in this situation. So whatever that is, that's kind of the message here. The color green here brings me into the heart chakra, which is the color green. So follow your heart with this. So I have a feeling this ask here is not an easy one, but you need to follow your heart. If your heart is telling you, yeah, continue to give to whatever this is, viewer on the end, then if your heart, follow your heart with this question. And I just feel it's like, it's not easy. So, lead with your heart on that choice, but, again, give rather than take. So with the full moon and Capricorn card here, it says the end of a tough cycle approaches. So whatever this toughness just know that it is wrapping up, that it's not staying forever. Like this too shall pass. That just know that that breath that you need, that breath of fresh air is right around the corner. The toughness, and these could be combined, they could be two different situations. Just know that it's ending, and you're going to be moving out of whatever this tough cycle that you've kind of been in. I'm also hearing cocoon kind of thing. It's going to be ending soon. Your next card is the Peace card. Yeah, it's this leading with your heart and finding inner peace in a solution. Also, like going within for the answer. This give might be actually for somebody, it might be actually you giving advice than taking someone's advice. Like there might be someone in someone's life, sorry if this is a one-off, but that you typically get your advice from this person, but at this point there's like a shift in that where you need to be giving this piece of advice to this person that you normally are the one that you're taking the advice. Take that as you will. That's for somebody out there. But overall, like right now, another thing to focus on is your inner peace. Like don't let whatever's going on around you, this tough cycle, shatter your inner peace. And if that's so hard, then you do need to ground yourself. Pull in these energies of these earth cards and ground yourself. Literally take your shoes off, go outside, walk outside barefoot on the ground and ground yourself. And really get centered, because I feel like your soul knows. Your soul knows where it needs to go. Your soul knows the answers, and they're all within. But in order to get that, you need to find that peace to hear the answers. Like you'll never find your answers in a chaotic mind kind of thing. So you need to take a step back, find some peace, and then you'll get the answers. Like the whole world is kind of in her hand in this card, in this energy that she's holding, and it's all there for her to access, and it's all there for you to access, but you'll have to find the peace in order to get it. Your next card is the Six of Cups. So this card, has multiple meanings, but for this reading, it's kind of getting back to this childlike enthusiasm. This message has been coming up a lot for the collective. This message of play. Remember to play. Find the things that you did as a child and resurrect those, and like anything, think back to the things that made you the happiest in your childhood. And I am going to use childhood, not just recently. I'm talking about your childhood. Even if it seems silly, like rolling down a hill, sitting in the pouring rain, splashing in puddles, something that you would maybe feel silly about doing, but something that brought you so much joy as a child. You're being guided to really tap back into that, almost I'm hearing nonsense of childhood, or even actually playing with children or watching children play, and see what joy they get just out of the simplest things in life. And if you can bring yourself back to that level of like just simplicity, you'll find that peace. So also, if you're having a hard time getting out of this cycle or out of your head, maybe that is your answer, is to find something that you enjoyed as a child, as silly as it may be. I feel like this may be a group of people that might be a little bit on the serious side. You're being asked to not be so serious. We're here to play. We're here to have fun, and we're missing it. I'm not just talking about you guys, like all the way around. We're missing the fun. We've gotten so serious, so it's time to take a step back and just play and have fun with life and then truly enjoy it. Your next card is Healing Chaos. So this card talks a lot about, tornadoes being scary, coming in, disrupting your life. Feels very Tower moment. So this, whatever this cycle is going through, you guys have cycle, and then we have cyclone, this circle of life kind of thing. But through this chaos, through this turmoil, through this disruption is where you find healing and transformation. So in this card, we have these butterflies here. And so, the cocoon idea came up too. It's like you have to like go through this. It kind of rattles you around, but you come out bigger and better in the long run. So keep that in mind. Like sometimes we have to go through the chaos of things in order to heal. Like stagnation really doesn't get you anywhere. So maybe something's happened or something will happen that forces you out of your comfort zone. Sometimes we instantly can think of it as this really negative, bad thing, when really it's here to shake things up because it's a needed shake up. So don't instantly just assume everything that doesn't feel comfortable, right? It's that uncomfortable thing is necessarily bad. If you can try to detach yourself from thinking uncomfortable as a bad thing and look at being uncomfortable as growth and moving forward and healing and getting to where you need to go. It'll help you along in whatever the cycle that you're going through is. You guys got reevaluate your priorities. So there also may be something that you need to look at where you've invested your energy or your thoughts, or this might be what this shakeup is about. Just reevaluating things like, I'm getting a clock. So like where you're placing your time and your focus on, and make sure that's truly what you want in your life. Is where you're at and where you're putting your time and energy, is that giving you peace? If it's not, then you need to reevaluate and do what's best for you, because this is your life. And I get a lot of us have so many responsibilities, other people that are dependent on us. I get it 100%, but you also need to make sure you're making time for you and making yourself a priority. Like if you're not on your priority list, just I'm not trying to lecture anyone. Just try to find a way to get yourself back on there. You may not get to be at the very tip top. Not all of us have that luxury, but make sure you're finding time in your day that you're making you a priority as well, because you can't fill from the empty cup. And just finding that the fun in things, the things that made you happy. And sometimes we get so far that we can't even remember what we like to do anymore because we're so busy doing all the things we have to do. Someone asks you, what do you do for fun? And there was at a point in my life I couldn't answer that question, and I'm still figuring that out. So I don't know if a lot of you guys feel that way at times where you're like, I don't even know, other than like zoning out watching TV, but that's not really fun. That's just me zoning out because my day is because I wasn't filling my cup. So, I've been working on that and finding the play and finding the fun in things and not taking everything so seriously and things. It's a beautiful shift in energy when you can get there. It's like, it's delicious. So that is like the message they're giving me, and in such a loving way, like honoring yourself and your joys and your happinesses, and it's so important that you're doing this and taking the time for yourself. Okay, so next up, you guys got another card of transformation. So I know, can't remember exactly, I don't want to pull out the booklets, but I know the artist that drew this, like she was talking about being in need of a hug. And so it's like this transformative energy, kind of like this tornado again. It's like this turmoil that's gone around that, you kind of have to wrap yourself up and give yourself love and transform through that. But there's just a big time of transformation. But I think if you can find the playfulness in the transformation, in the scary tornado, then it's going to not be so hard for you guys. It's going to be easier to move through in a very, very beautiful way. Now it makes me want to pull out this card because I feel like I'm missing one of the messages. So I'm going to do it. Let's see. I don't want to miss something for you guys. Try to give you guys the best value. Okay, yeah. So the main focuses of this card is self-nurturing, going within, time alone, being present with your feelings, cocooning, woohoo, before the butterfly, being gentle on yourself, and angelic embrace. Okay. I love that I read that because that was confirmation for myself from some of the messages I was getting. It's like almost, going within, nurturing yourself, the epitome of self-care, putting yourself on that priority list and really cocooning yourself, and just know that you're on the brink of this beautiful transformation. You may just have to hold on a tiny bit longer in this peaceful, blissful state. And then it's just all going to transform in a beautiful way. Next, you guys have light beings. So this card is a lot about your spirit guides, your light team, really trying to help you out and that they're giving you signs and synchronicities. If you can just open your eyes to see it and know that they are trying to help you along the way. And you know, they can only do so much without your permission or without you asking. And feel free, you can always ask your guides. Sorry, I just realized there was a big glare on that card. Okay. You do have to ask for their help. So if you're ever in like that lowest of low, I know I have a couple people reach out and said that they've had some really hard times where they've felt broken on the floor crying. You know, those are times, you know, don't forget to ask your team to lighten the load. I mean, we never want to like bypass our feelings. We need to feel them, transmute them, get rid of them, you know, let them do their thing and let them go. But you can ask for help and assistance along the way. So just know that they're like your guys' guides are wanting to come through and letting you know that they're here to support you. They're here, you know, to be there for you. They're only like an ask away, basically. Your last card, oh, you guys got Mother Mary, and it says love and peace. It says, let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at any time. So I know people usually think of Mother Mary more in a Catholic sense, but she was like the ultimate mother to all. You know, she's an epitome of, you know, light work and things like that, and this loving embrace, this nurturing, loving person. So if you know, just know that you're being guided and loved on from the universe, from God, from your angels, from whatever you want to call them. But you are being guided, and there's healing going on here in this transformation, in this tornado, in this chaos, in this needing to redirect your priorities. Maybe, you know, I don't know if someone lost a job or something like that, that, you know, you feel like is the worst thing that could ever happen, but it's just, it's allowing you to reevaluate where you want to go. Is your life as is really serving you, and what can you do to shift it to make it the best life possible for yourself within your parameters? I know everyone, I never want to, you know, say that no one doesn't have so much going on. I get it. I don't know if there's any other special needs parents watching this, because they're bringing up my daughter. I do understand, and I've only talked about her one other reading ever in the whole time I've ever been doing readings. I get it, you know, I get that they're bringing her up a lot. So there might just be one person watching. It's doable to still honor and love your responsibilities and still honor and love yourself. It's just a matter of removing the guilt that we associate with doing things for ourselves when we have, especially other people who need us. I'm getting very teary-eyed. Hopefully, I try not to talk about me, but yes, I have a daughter who is 100% disabled in a wheelchair and needs me and depends on me for everything. And I lost myself for a long time in that. And the reason that I couldn't find myself is because I had so much guilt about doing anything for myself. And so part of my transformation, and this is a personal story, part of my transformation was going through all these very things that I'm talking about. So I guess if this helps anyone, just know that it's doable and it's so worth it, and you can do both. You can love and honor your responsibilities and love and honor yourself. So guys, all right, I'm going to go ahead and end this pile. Thank you for listening to my personal story on that. And I wish all of you guys the best, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a future reading. Thanks, guys. Hello, 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 my lovely friends for pile 2. You guys picked the selenite wand. Super great. These are super cheap, and so I have so many of these, and they're a great thing just to kind of keep with your other crystals for helping keep energy clear, things charged, things like that. So all right, we are just kind of doing an overall what do you need to know, and I'm calling this the moon full moon edition because at the time of this recording, this is I'm recording this during a full moon, kind of just to kind of harness those energies, but this is still a timeless reading, so whenever you find this, just know you're meant to find it. All right, so for your first cards, we have conclusions are within reach, and it's time to release negativity. So we have full moon eclipse and full moon in Scorpio. Okay. There's a lot of scenarios, so I'm going to be try to be broad about this because it's going to look a little different for everyone watching. Whatever this thing that you guys are going through, it's wrapping up. Things are closing out, cycling through. The conclusions are within your reach, and someone might actually be tangible, like papers, or I'm saying a key for some reason, really within hand. But with this, I'm being told like it may involve releasing negativity or the judgment on how you feel like it should have worked out or you want it to work out, that it's all going to work out, but it might just look a little different than you originally anticipated or wanted it to. But try not to assign a negative twist to that. You know, like it's like the old example of 6 + 3 = 9, but so does 4 + 5. I hope that makes sense. What you want, the ultimate goal of what you want is right around the corner. It just may involve going a slightly different route is what they're giving me. And try not to hold, this is like almost like a challenge. Try not to hold the negativity that might come up with that. And then for others of you, this could just be simply like if you're holding on to any grudges, any negativity, for some reason, yeah, it's like, I'm not saying that anyone's being judgmental. It's this like of how you expected either someone to be or how you expected something to go, assigning a negative marker on it, a negative tone to it because it didn't follow the exact route you wanted it to, and that's not serving you. So just let it go. You're getting there. It's all happening. It's all going to work out. No need to hang on to, well, I needed it to do it this way. It's happening. It's fine. It's all going to work out. Just let that go, and you're going to feel like a big sense of relief when you do. Like I feel so much tightness thinking about like it's like almost like maybe type A personality, which I've been known for that at times. Of just releasing the judgment of how you needed it to look. Okay, so moving on. Oh, you guys get the patience card. I feel like a lot of you guys have been sitting in what you feel like you've been patient. And maybe that negativity is, again, the anger about the needing to be patient. She's holding this red balloon. And red is the color of the root chakra. So it's also a sense of just grounding yourself in this. Like if you are getting caught up like in this patience-ness, like if you can look at, there's a reason for the holdup, and it's so you can view something differently. So it's almost like you need to be grounded in your situation and get out of your head so you can get a different viewpoint on what this holdup is, what this pause has been. It's serving a purpose, and if it's frustrating you, then you're not seeing it. So if you can step back and just, again, I keep getting very tightness of breath, so breathing through whatever this holdup is, and being like, okay, well, what am I missing right now? What is unfolding? What is changing that I might not be seeing, that I can appreciate why I'm stuck in this pause, because there is a reason for it. Next, you guys have pleasure. So this card is very much about stopping and smelling the roses. So these actually go really well together. I love when that happens. So this card is about enjoying the simple things in life along your journey, like along your path, right? and you know, your conclusion is within reach, so it's coming up. But in the meantime, it's stopping and smelling the roses, enjoying those small pleasures. What is it that this pause is trying to show you? That it may be something super beautiful that, because you're so focused on how this thing needs to move along or end, that you might miss it. And if you can just step back and just enjoy the little things. And this card also talks about enjoying the flavors of food and the smells that you like getting back to the simplicities of life in this pause. Like that this pause, as frustrating as it may have seemed, could be the most beautiful thing that ever happened to you and very transformative. You guys got 7 of Cups here, so there's a lot of other options. So yeah, wow, okay. I don't look at these beforehand, so I love that this is making me smile, because it kind of goes in with what they were giving me, was this whole like, there's so many different options on how this can work out. And if you're so focused on this one way of it only going this way, that you might miss something that's even better. And so that might, you know, just take a moment of slowing down, looking around, what other options, and listening to someone else's viewpoint or someone else's solution on something, even though if at first you want to be like, no, I wanted it this way. It's a matter of like hearing all the available options, because you might go, oh, wait, that's better. And I'm describing this all because this is like, I feel like I'm being personally attacked by them at the moment, because sometimes I get like that. And if I get so like focused on where it needs to be this one way, when there's so many other beautiful ways to get there, that you know, if I think I know it all, then I miss it. So hopefully, you know, that message is for somebody and you guys can relate. And it might be, and I feel like this gives a sense of peace, because as I get going and talking about this idea, somebody is very tight chest and anxious about it, and just, you know, slowing down and just having this pure faith that it's all going to work out. Just allowing it to almost be playful and just in wonderment of how it's going to work out. Like, okay, if it's not going to go my way, I know it's going to eventually happen. Let's see how good can it get? Like almost asking the universe, God, your angels, how good can this get? And see what other options can be brought in, because you may be missing the ultimate beauty in it when you're focused on this manifestation going one exact way. Okay, you have be true to yourself. With all that said, if as you're going, if you've lost yourself along the way, and again, this might be separate. I know I'm kind of building on the same idea, and this may look differently for everybody. This could just be a reminder for you guys, just to make sure in your life you're being true to yourself, you're being authentic, and if you have areas of your life that you aren't being authentic to yourself, then you might need to reevaluate that. Because this is your life, and you need to be enjoying it. Just make sure you're being true to yourself in your processes. So you guys got balanced forces. So this card is actually about balancing yin and yang energy, masculine, feminine energy, and we have all of that within us. So everybody has a masculine and a feminine energy within them. So if you're, you know, the masculine energy is usually more like driven, the creative, the doing. The feminine energy is more the receiving. So if you find in any points in your life, any aspects of your life that you're being more one way than the other, trying to pull back and finding that balance, still within staying true to yourself. So that type A personality I was kind of describing as more of like that masculine energy. Where can you step back, balance your energies, and be more in a receiving mode, and be open to the other possibilities of things coming through? Remembrance. I might pull the book out for this. I feel like I'm... Oh, yeah. This is a great card. Let me pull this up. Sorry. I don't always pull the books out for this. So this is about remembering your soul's truth. And this has a lot to do with seeing the synchronicity sign of 1111. So I'm going to read this a little bit. It says, you are ready to live your life from the wisdom of your heart. You may have been citing 1111 as a reflection of this. If not, you can expect to be receiving this sign soon. You may see it on a clock, a phone number, a receipt, or in a dream. With this wisdom, fresh and innovative ideas will flow into your mind as new ways to live your life. No one else has to change their ways, only you. Live from your heart, be an inspiration, and discover a new world. Some call 1111 the awakening code. You must have awoken on some level to receive it. It is a sign that you are much more than you think you are. 1111 has many different explanations because we are asking different questions. We're all asking different questions. So there's no wrong or right meaning, but at the heart, 1111 is loving and intelligent energy that will always encourage you towards your soul, where you will remember the truth of who you are. And we have be true to yourself, and this is about remembering who you are. So a lot of you guys could be waking up or having another evolution of awakening here, and just know like that 1111 is a nod to like you're on path, and you're remembering who you are, and you're stepping more into your power. So that's a very, very cool card. And then last but not least, you guys have Odin. So Odin is all about psychic insight. You guys have this awakening. Your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So with this pause, we've been talking about in different ways, it may involve you stepping back and stepping out of that analytical mindset. Like I feel like a lot of you guys are very like you guys are smart and you have a methodical kind of way of thinking things out, and everything makes sense to you, and this is almost like a nudge to like take a step back from that and feel your way through it. Trust your intuition. What is your third eye trying to tell you? Because you guys are more powerful than you're giving yourself credit for. And you have a lot more inner knowings if you allow yourself to be open to that. I'm trying to see if anything else comes through. But that might be what this pause is about, is for you to step into your own power, remembering who you are, really start trusting these weird things that are happening. There might be other synchronicities besides just the 1111. You might just be seeing lots of synchronistic numbers, things that you're like, oh, that was weird. It's not weird. And just know that, like, almost be playful with that, and look at it in an exciting way that, oh wow, like this is all unfolding in a magical way, and it's really happening, and you guys are way more powerful than your analytical mind is giving you credit for. So, all right guys, I think I'm going to end this here. Hopefully this helped. Hopefully this gave you some insights and some things to ponder. As always, I appreciate you guys being here with me. It's truly an honor, and I look forward to seeing you guys in a future reading. Bye guys. If you're sitting there, it's probably Anastasia, and I'd have to say hi to you because I haven't yet. Hello, 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 my lovely friends for pile 3. You guys picked this selenite heart. Love it. Love selenite. Such a great crystal to have, just to help clear energy, keeping other things charged. If you don't have any in your collection, I suggest you get some. It's just an overall good thing. Don't get it wet. But and yeah, it was named after Selene, the goddess of the moon, and why I decided to use selenite in this reading, because as I'm recording this, the reason it's a full moon edition is that I'm recording it on a full moon, so I'm kind of harnessing the energy into these messages. It's kind of just a broad overview of life, what you're going through, and just what you need to know at this time. But it's still a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you found this reading. Okay, so pile 3. You guys have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. You have nothing is set in stone, mutable moon. All right, so there's something you're probably either needing to make a decision on, you've been ruminating on, not sure how something's going to play out. And I'm almost hearing like there's no wrong answer here, but it's a matter of like following your heart. But nothing is set in stone just yet. So it's kind of like whatever you decide to do, everything's just going to kind of shift and morph and go along. So it's like there's an abundance of potential timelines for whatever the situation is, and you can't go wrong here. So just trust yourself when you're moving forward in this, because it is very fluid, like the fluidity of this. Like with these waves here, we have Pisces. I'm just hearing like fluid, like water just pours into things and moves around into all the options. Like you can't go wrong, kind of thing. And just, if you're having a hard time figuring that out, it may take, going within, quieting down, meditating. The answers are always within. Your soul always knows. Sometimes we just have to slow down and quiet down to be able to hear those things. All right, next you guys have assessing. So there's definitely some sort of thing that you guys are trying to figure out here. We have a girl in a hot air balloon with a telescope looking at the moon. And this is all in purple. So I feel like if you can quiet yourself and connect with the divine, connect with your light team, angels, guides, whatever you want to call them, God, whatever your comfortable terminology, where you feel most connected, and can connect with that level of wisdom, divine wisdom, things like that, it's going to help you figure out what this is. But you're still like definitely trying to figure something out. I'm almost getting like that, well, you're supposed to be telling me something I need to know, and I already know that. They're just giving me like, you know the answers, and you know the answers, but it might just involve you quieting down and stepping a little bit into your power instead of looking around for what anyone else wants you to do. It's like, what do you want to do, kind of thing. And I know as I say that, some people are like, well, I don't know what I want. Well, yeah, you do. You know what you want. You really deep down, like if you had to write down like a wish list to the universe, what would it be? Okay, well, that's what you want. You do know what you want. So what can you do to move forward with those things? Okay, I pull these, I don't look at them, but it makes me laugh, because this is definitely like, if you're not stuck in a decision or figuring something out, this isn't your pile. Or maybe you're on the edge of about to have a big choice to make, because we got 2 of Swords here, which is a very big card of indecision, of having 2 choices, not sure which way to go, assessing, figuring it out. But we have this green frog in between here, right? The green is the color of the heart chakra. So it's like that inside your soul, your heart knows. Your heart chakra is so connected to so many things in your life. And if you can center yourself, and it's like the centered for the main body chakras, the 7 main body chakras. There's a lot more chakras than that, but for the 7 main chakras, it is the center. It's the center of your soul, right? It's your connection to yourself and outwardly. So like it basically, it's following your heart. This decision is going to possibly involve a leap of faith. With this frog, I'm thinking like you might have to jump and hope that you land on the lily pad, or know that you're going to land on the lily pad and know that the universe is going to support you. But it may be like a jump that may feel scary, but as long as you're following your heart, you can't go wrong here, guys. Yeah, and there's feet, I mean, we're doing a moon kind of themed thing, but this one having a moon in it as well. Moon also kind of represents sometimes our fears, things that we're afraid of, things we're afraid to illuminate. So it might be also jumping into, I'm hearing a soul purpose. Like if some of you guys have been contemplating, assessing your purpose, your soul's purpose, and possibly doing, I'm getting like light workers and stuff like that with these fireflies. like it might be time to really stand in your own power, even if you're afraid of that, and follow your heart and where it leads you. Oh, you guys got love. So love is everything. And I'm not talking about romantic love here, guys. I mean, it can be, but this is like the loving of these flowers, the love of life, unconditional love. God is love. The universe is love. That's the ultimate thing you can give to somebody else, is love, right? And I know sometimes, when we've gone through hard things when it comes to mostly romantic love, it seems like, or the lack of love you're getting from somebody else, you can get like, love, but this is a love of coming from within, following your heart, leading and taking that lead. I keep getting like this, you just need to jump. You need to jump into it. You're not going to fail. If you come from a loving heart, a loving place, it's all going to work out in your favor. And you'll be amazed as soon as you decide how much the universe will quickly move in to support you and help you in your endeavors as well. Think things through. All right, guys. All right. I feel like I've already beat this dead horse. I kind of wish we would have. I mean, I just pre-pull. I don't look at them, so they're definitely making a point about thinking about things, think things through. If this leaping of faith that I'm urging you to do is terrifying, then maybe you feel more comfortable. I'm just saying like a list, like write a list of, okay, if I did this, what could go right? And if you need to work through that fear, what could go wrong? If I take this option, right, wrong, or what could go right, what could go wrong, and kind of working through it in a more methodical way if that feels more comfortable for you. But the whole point is you still need to move forward and make this decision and really, really go after what you want. So I was like, what is that buzz? And my phone call was coming through. So if taking that leap of faith just sounds like something you can't do, then I'm seeing like write lists out with pros and cons almost, and realize that none of those cons, most of the time you're going to be okay regardless of what happens. But what if you never made this choice? What if you just stay stagnant? I don't feel like it's going to serve you just to stay where you're at either. We have air. We have paradigm shift, which air is also, air signs is about thinking, communication. I'm going to pull the book on this just because I'm not as familiar with this deck and I don't want to miss something for you guys. So give me a moment. I'm going to read the little top caption. It says air is paradigm shift. An innovative way of existing, new earth energies, inspiring others, fresh air, flying higher than you have before, more expansive perspective, a conscious shift. The themes are communication, sharing wisdom, the breath of life, movement, faith, winged helpers, intentions, inspiration, change. I'm definitely getting just like this light worker theme. Like it's really time for you guys to step into your power. And if you're sitting on some gifts, and if that's your scary thing to do, then really go within and do what's right for you. But just know that the universe is going to support you with this endeavor. If you're coming from a place of love and a place of like care for all involved, then it's all going to work out. You guys have Soul Tree. So this card talks about the trees that we see outside kind of being like angels. Look at them as like this guidance system. I mean, they've been here for years, and sometimes we can get so much wisdom from trees just as you would from an angel. This is going to sound a little hippie, but that's just fine. If you're having a hard time figuring things out, we did have meditate and contemplate here. Go outside, ground yourself, sit by a tree, put your hand on a tree, take some breaths and be like, what do I need to know? What wisdom can you give me? What can you help me with? And take some breaths, and the first ideas that start popping in your head, take that as your own soul, your own connection, because you're kind of tapping into source energy with the plants and nature and things like that as truths to help you along your way. Your higher self is trying to give you information that way. But and they're also just telling you, like, make sure you are grounding yourself, you're rooting yourself when you do get too caught in your head. Like if you've been very caught in your head and this is just almost like overwhelming, this decision, then maybe go outside, get in nature, kind of ground yourself, and then find the peace, and then revisit what it is that you need that answer to. Okay, and then last but not least, we have White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So some of you guys may be dealing with some actually family issues. This could be deep-rooted beliefs that go all the way back, like ancestrally through your DNA bloodline. Very family-oriented, but also, like, you know, we have a Native American here, and they were very in touch with nature, and like it's so beautiful, right? Such a beautiful energy, sorry. But I'm getting choked up. So, just know what you heal in yourself, what you figure out for yourself. And I think this decision, whatever this is that you need to make, also has to do with like a life lesson of empowerment, is kind of what they're giving me. And it might be shifting the way things were done in your family. I mean, maybe not ancestrally, but they're giving me like a family thing. Like you may feel like you're going against the grain, or some people in this group might feel like the black sheep because you're doing things differently, but just know that it has a purpose, that you're changing needed patterns that may have not served in the past. And so your new way forward is shifting that whole paradigm of everything in the best way. And whatever you heal in yourself, you're healing in your lineage as well. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that wants to come through. I'm hearing be kind to yourself in this decision. Like, try not to beat yourself up, and there's a lot of love coming in. Like, they get that it's a lot to think about, especially with so much thought, contemplation cards coming up. But be kind to yourself in this process. So, and just approach it with a loving heart. You're not going to go wrong. All right, pile 3, I hope that helps. I hope that gave you some insight. And as always, I appreciate you guys being here with me in my readings. It's always truly an honor. And thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you in a future reading. Bye, guys.